Welcome to this Blackpool Music School video all about the difference between key and tuning. That's a musical key and tuning of the instrument. So let's get started. I am using a ukulele in this video, but this applies to most instruments. There are some exceptions, but guitars, mandolins, ukuleles, that type of instrument this applies to. So I'll get started. This is tuned. Some people think because this is C tuning, that's G, C, E, A, that's Golf, Charlie, Echo, Alpha, that you can only play in the key of C. No, you can play most of the keys in this. Now some will be easier than others, I will say that. Some are a lot easier than others, but you can play in 99% of the songs in different keys. So this is tuned G, C, E, A, but we can play in any key. People think because people say C tuned ukes that you can only play in C. No. So I'll give you a quick demonstration now. If we were to play C, F, G7 and back to C, you played that in the key of C. If you were to play D, Golf, Alpha, back to D. You've just played that in the key of D. Delta, if you were to play G, C, D, and back to G. You've just played that in Golf. Golf, if you were to play A, Delta, Echo 7, back to Alpha. You've just played that in the key of A. So as you can see, we played in 4 different keys there with the same instrument. We've not had to retune or tune up or tune down. That is in the key of C. Now, one thing I will point out, if you were tuned to D, those chords would still work, but you'd be in a different key because you've tuned up. I'm only using them because I'm in a C tuned uke. So really, you don't need to carry different ukes. If you can learn the songs in different keys, it broadens your palette. So the instrument is tuned, that's the G, C, E, A, that's the Golf, Charlie, Echo, Alpha, but you can play in any key. As long as you know the chords, or the chords are on printed sheet music, and you can play them, you're playing in any key. So you may say, is there a point to this? Well, you never know what somebody's going to ask you to play along with. And people do think because it's not in the key of C, they can't play it. No, you can. I'm not going to say, like I said earlier, some keys are easier than others, but you can mainly play in most of the keys here. So another quick recap is this. If you listen carefully, C, F, G7, back to C. That is in the key of C, that's the first note, C. The 4th note is F, and the 5th note is G. That's where we get the C, F, G7, back to C in the key of C. If we were to do it in D, and the scale in D, D would be the first note, D. This time G is the 4th. In A or A7 is the 5th. So it's D is the 1st, Golf is the 4th, Alpha is the 5th, back to D. So as you can see, it was the 1st, the 4th and the 5th from that scale. We'll come on to that in another video. If we were to play it in the key of G, Golf. Golf is now the 1st. C is now the 4th. And D, or D7, is now the 5th. If we were to play it in the key of A, Alpha, A is the first note in the key of Alpha, A. Delta is the 4th note in that key. And E7 is the 5th. Back to A. So in reality it's 1, 4th, 5th, back to 1st. So as you can see, we're playing in different keys there using the same tuning. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Blackpool Music School for more videos. The more thumbs up we get and the more subscribers we get, the more videos we will post. So until next time, take care, keep practicing, keep playing, and as always, goodbye.